The Maestro.
Dirty.
Shots!
Why?
This is cool. Let it go.
How about you hold it?
There's a lady.
And welcome to my dirty shorts.
She got legs that run forever and drop dead by.
Hello, fam. This is a quick short on something that has come up here in the last few days specifically, but I think for a while. 15 minutes to the call. Luka's move in the SWBA, first team all SWBA, first 5 years of his career, is probably going to garner him one of the largest contracts ever seen by any player in the SWBA because he's already eligible for a Supermax contract. However, he was 15 minutes away of being with another team, not the Dallas Mavericks. Most of you know the first part of the story, so I'm going to make it quick. A lot of the footage on Luka, even playing with that professional league, was either through cell phone footage or stuff like that. A lot of it was handled with the travel agent who was taking groups over to Europe and part of a travel sports package. And that particular travel agent was a spouse of a radio sports announcer back here in the States. In addition to that, one of the people that were on one of the particular trips over there was a JUCO coach who also knew the radio person. They got into a side conversation about this kid, Luka. And the conversation went like this. Looks like he has good ball skills. He seems to come up big in the moments when he needs to come up big in terms of the talent he was playing against, even at his age, being so much younger than the people he was playing against. And he had a command of the floor. His numbers by other analytics department was that they always ended up good because he would put on his game at the end. Here's where all the things that Maestro was talking to you guys about when you do what you do and why it's important. Luka was putting up those numbers and getting the respect he was getting at the age of 15 against these other adults because he was always managing to come up big in the big spots. And that was not always seen across the table, and not all analytics departments agree with that except one. One in particular absolutely knew that he could be the player. They looked at his first step. They looked at his ability to handle both ways. They looked at how he played defense. They looked at how he shuffled in transition. They looked at all those other little bitty pieces. And within that scouting department, they said, without a doubt, he is the one we want to take in this draft. And that was the Dallas Mavericks. On the other side was a department in the SWBA that was really unsure, and they were torn between Luka and Trae Young. And that, of course, is the Atlanta Hawks. So much so, the arguments between both sides of the analytics and the actual player scouting department got to the point where they became very non-congenial. Now, most of those people are not there anymore. Part of the reason is because of what happened during this particular time during scouting and coming up to the draft. The general manager, the relationship of the Hawks that was had with the general manager for the Mavericks was not a good one. There was a lot of back and forth, not because of beef between those two guys, but between what was going on in the Atlanta Hawks department. Again, a lot of those people are not there anymore, and a lot of it has to do with the lack of communication that happened. Draft night hits. Dallas is tired of waiting. More specifically, Mark Cuban is truly tired of waiting. He calls the owner of the Hawks, Tony Ressler. I hope and I do pray that this is public knowledge. Please look this up. And he basically said, here's the deal. We really want Luka. We know you don't have your mind made up yet, but we also know you're thinking about Trae. Believe me, corporate espionage is real. Let's do this deal. Let us take our guy. We'll give you something going into the next draft. Some words were exchanged, not so pleasant, not so cool, but they had the kind of relationship where they could do that apparently. And then as things started to wear down, 8 minutes before the pick was to be made, the deal was struck. The final deal breaker that made it all happen, the argument of the Atlanta scouting department that Luka would not fit into the Atlanta culture, not the team, but the city. To which Cuban responded, well, we've had a lot of guys from Europe, see Dirk Nowitzki, that played here, and they fit in here just fine. That should make it easier for you. Yeah, it was just that simple. So think about this. Think about the relationships. Think about what was going on in one department, Dallas, what was going on in another department, Atlanta. Look at what was happening with the leadership. Look at one side being stable, the other side being unstable, and how it led to this selection. One team gets one player that's all SWBA first team his first 5 years, while the other team gets a guy that no one wants to play with. Scouting is real. Understand where your game is, but understand that it is not just about you and what you think is immediately good around you. You have to put up the work to get stuff done. Hopefully that was fun for you. You know what's up. Holla at your boy. Fact check your boy. Let's have some fun with this. Are there any other last minute trades you found interesting that are impacting maybe not just this season, but a few seasons before? I like to hear about it. You know what up. And as always, never let Jason Bourne borrow your car.
Oh, wait, you want me to read?
Thank you again for checking out the Maestro's Dirty
Shorts.
Is it last call? Have you seen my glasses?
Drop a tag below and give us a piece of your mind.
The Maestro. Dirty.
Shorts.